Welcome, and boy, this is the first time I've been in here in the daytime, and it's just, these windows are amazing, beautiful. So I'm going to start with a sort of a theme song for the day here, and it's a song I wrote in the, I'll call it the winter of my discontent as a younger man, and the magical thing about discontent is there are all these hidden things that can come out of it, right? So I got this song out of it, which has had a good long life, and I'd like to start off with this for you. Hope runs the cafe on the edge of town. She's open every day, all year round, and the people come from everywhere, every night and every day, to Hope's Cafe. Well, there's Jimmy over there, he's a-sitting by himself, and the love he thought he'd marry, she went off with someone else. But hope fills his cup with a wink and a smile, and he'll be okay at Hope's Cafe. Now Sarah is a regular, and she travels so far, 'cause Hope has been a friend to her, and her life has been so hard. She comes in looking weary, but Hope knows just what to do. That's the special of the day at Hope's Cafe. It's order up, the bell is ringing, fill my cup, I think I'm sinking. There's broken hearts scattered on the floor, and broken dreams at table 4. And we're lost, but I know we'll find our way at Hope's Cafe. Now I have wandered in here with troubles of my own, but I know Hope will serve me well when there's no place else to go. I catch one little glimpse of her, I feel better right away at Hope's Cafe. Now the world, it knows such hunger, no matter where you go. There's a lot of hungry children and a lot of hungry souls. We hunger for justice and we hunger for love, but don't you lose your faith. Come to Hope's Cafe. It's order up, the bell is ringing, fill my cup, I think I'm sinking. There's broken hearts scattered on the floor, and broken dreams at table 4. And we're lost, but I know we'll find our way at Hope's Cafe. And we're lost, but I know we'll find our Cafe.
What a lovely beginning. Thank you, Bobby. Good morning again. My name is Al Blake, and I'm the newest member of the Sunday Services Committee. Ironically, when we took a poll, a lot of you filled out a questionnaire a couple of weeks ago about what you might want to see different in Sunday services. So today you will certainly see something different. Just by way of introduction, I used to be chair of the membership committee probably 7 years ago or so. And when I did that, one of the things I thought would be interesting was to have a coffee hour or a music hour. So we had for 2 years, many of you remember, we had music on Friday nights typically. And one of the favorite musicians that we had several times was Bobby Sweet. When Tommy and I first moved to the Berkshires in 2011, we both are avid music listeners, and one of the first people we heard play and sing in the area was Bobby Sweet. He is not only a wonderful singer, but also a wonderful storyteller. So what you'll hear today is Bobby doing his songs and stories. So please welcome Bobby.
Thanks for that introduction, Al. That was good. I hope I sound good. That's great. Yeah, it's been a while. We've known each other, and I'm honored to be asked to come and be part of this here today. And you know, Al said, "Well, think of a theme," and I thought, "Well, I don't know. You know, I'm not really Reverend Robert." But the more I thought about it, I thought, well, songs are just stories. And I always thought the best songs were the ones that left just enough room in there that you knew what that story was, or you could relate to that story, or maybe you saw yourself in that story, or someone you knew. And so I got less nervous at that point and stopped worrying so much about what I'd sing. And I said to Al and Tommy, I said, well, I can come down and be me. I can do that pretty good. So I'm just going to be me here today. I haven't done this song in a long time. Faith poured my coffee and her heart fell out too. She said, I am so sick of this place, but waiting on tables is all I can do while I'm trying to make a change. She said, if teardrops were pennies, I could buy this damn town, and I'd never pour coffee again. But there are no heroes among those who are down. I swear to God it's a sin to be in the shape that I'm in. Before she could walk, she learned to run, and they called her Faith because they had none. She's tough as nails, but she don't want to be. There's more to faith than what you see. She said the preacher came in here about a week ago, he always tips me so well. And he said that God loved me and everything would be okay. But from here it's hard to tell. And Jimmy asked me out again just the other day. I told him I'd think about it some. But every girl knows that Jimmy does not stay. And you're not the only one. Before she could walk, she learned to run. And they called her Faith, because they had none. She might pull through or come apart at the seams. There's a little bit of faith in you and in me. And there's no moral to the story. It's just a story about the way people are. And the crazy, beautiful mess that life can be. And how we try to change, but most of us never get very far. I guess that's why we have dreams. If nothing else, I feel comfort that I'm not alone. Can't see through the dark. Like a bunch of weary vagabonds trying to make it home. And no one knows where to start. We learn to walk and we learn to run. Some folks know faith, some folks have none. We're tough like nails and soft as a summer breeze. There's a little bit of faith in you and in me. Oh, faith is believing in what you don't see. You guys are so quiet and making me nervous. Like in church or something. Occasionally I do these little things where you finish a song and this is what you hear. It's like a performer's nightmare, really. Not to pick on you too much. I just entered a new phase of my career where I badger my audience, and the turnouts have been tremendous. So I'll just talk about myself for a minute here, just a little background. Excuse me. I got into music because my father was a musician, and he had a lot of band members around our house when we were kids. Tina and I, Debbie, we never really got much sleep as kids because they were just down there thrashing away, you know. And my dad's grandfather was a fiddler, and my grandfather's father was a fiddler, and my great-grandfather's father was a fiddler, and play a little bit of fiddle myself, but all that to say it was inevitable that we'd be living on cream of wheat today ourselves. And my dad, kids and parents, parents and kids, it's never perfect, right? I mean, from either end. And you do the best you can. It's kind of like life. And oftentimes, you know, my dad and I, we had a complicated relationship. And it depends on where you look, really. There are always some things you can find fault with, but if you look in the right place, as Leonard Cohen said, I think, the flowers among the garbage or something. I'm paraphrasing. But the gift of music that my father handed down was a tremendous thing in my life, something I would have never known. All the wonderful things and people I've met, places I've gone, and just the connections, you know. And that, like Hope's Cafe for me, is that place you go where you take care of yourself, you know, where you might find yourself. And this is one of those places. You know, we come here to open up and maybe receive a message, maybe share news or sorrows. And at this point in my life, I really think that it's all the same. So my dad passed away about 7 years ago, and I had a first ever writer's block in my life. And went like a year and a half without writing a song, which is a long time for me. And my dad, see, he was a famous non-finisher of projects. He was a tremendous starter and had great ideas, but he just could never get those things over the finish line. And he had started building a big log house out in the woods. We worked on it together. We got the thing up, got some tar paper on the roof, and well, guess what? It never got finished. And one day after 20 years of sitting like that, it just fell in and to the foundation, and we referred to it affectionately as the ruins. And then I started thinking about the ruins and Dad and the gift of music and the complicated yet sometimes uncomplicated relationship we had. I mean, no matter what odds we might have been at, we could always meet in a song. And even in his old age, with his Alzheimer's, I could put a guitar in his hand and he played every right note, but he couldn't make a sentence. So right till the end, we still had that. So this is the first song I wrote when my writer's block ended. I'd like to do this for you. Upon the ruins of my father, I built a house of songs. He laid a good foundation in spite of some wrongs. Built note by note, rhyme by rhyme, the stories we wrote to stand the test of time. It's the place where I go to be safe from the cold, my best defense against what don't make sense. I can tell it like it is, or how I want things to be. It's only a song, but it's home to me. On a Gibson guitar, my father would play, and he poured out his heart, showed me a way to get to a place where nothing is wrong. And now I'm living with grace in a house of songs, a place where I go to be safe from the cold, my best defense against what don't make sense. I can tell it like it is, or how I want things to be. It's only a song, but it's home to me. 'Cause there's a high for the low, joy for the pain, warmth for the cold, sun for the rain, peace from the war when we can't get along. place where I go to be safe from the cold. My best defense against what don't make sense. I can tell it like it is, or how I want things to be. It's only a song, but it's home to me. It's only a song, but it's home to me. Thank you. Oh, that's so much more comfortable than the silence.
We did better that time.
How much more? I guess I found the proper song. I'm going to do one more song here, and the gift of music is like. So if you're like me, you have to turn the news off sometimes, right? Stop reading the paper, because how much can you stand, right? How crazy can it get? You need a little place like this to go. Go see your neighbor. Help somebody out. Makes you feel better. Makes you feel connected. Instead of worrying about all that out there, we can worry about each other, and it makes it a little better. And I wrote this song, it's a little rebuttal, and also about looking in the right spots and focusing on the things that are important to you and what matters. And to not lose hope, I guess. Music ringing in my ears is like laughter up against the tears. When this world brings me down, a song will bring me round. Silver around the clouds reminds me that the sun is out and the shadows falling here, they will disappear, 'cause it's a beautiful world after all. Though we've got higher to fly and farther to fall, between the wars and the walls, I still hear love call, and it's a beautiful world after all. My friend says she does not care. This world is too much to bear. She hides her heart away beneath sad skies of gray. And love will drag you up and down every time you turn around. But what else can we do? We must see love through, 'cause it's a beautiful world after all. Though there's still higher to fly and farther to fall, between these wars and these walls, Well, you're all here and you all have voices, so let's sing a song together. And I'll teach this to you as we go. It's very simple to learn. I've ended my performances with this song for a long time, and it's one of those songs that a week later it's still stuck in your head and you're like, thanks a lot, Bobby. But it's kind of a peace song. I mean, we in the summer of 2003, my sister Tina and I and two friends, we had some friends living who, they were in Mali, West Africa, right smack dab in the middle, landlocked country, Mali. And our friend Badi, he grew up there in Bamako, the capital of Mali. And Mali always ranks one of the 4 poorest countries in the world. Never breaks out of that distinction. So he said, you have to come to Mali and see Mali. And so we went over there, and for a couple of weeks we traveled around. We hired a driver and we just went out into the bush, you know, to meet the people. And we went to like nomadic tribe villages, and we went to little fishing villages, and we went to Dogon villages and said hello best we knew how. Places where they really hadn't seen any white people in a long, long time. Places where the kids were afraid of the color of our skin. And to say it was a culture shock would be putting it mildly. But at one point we went to the market in the middle of Bamako, and there are all these craftspeople making amazing things. And I stuck my head in this one stall, and there was a man sewing leather there. And he spoke a little bit of English, and he said, come in. So I stepped in there, and he said, I like the white people. He said, you and I were one people, really. And I said, are you here tomorrow? And he said, yeah, here every day. So we went back the next day, and I brought my guitar, and I stood in the marketplace, and I sang this song for him, which is called One People. And I just tell that story because, I mean, that part of the world often gets a bad rap. It's primarily Muslim, and it's just dirt poor, as they say. But my whole concept about, well, that part of the world and that abject poverty, it was, I don't know, something I had made up in my mind. And I can tell you, I never saw so many happy people in my entire life. Life expectancy in Mali is 49. But there are people that are forced to live together or they don't survive. And in these tribal communities, there's no such thing as crime, we learned, because, well, if I run out of millet, which is the grain they grow primarily there, someone in the village is going to take care of me. So if I steal someone's millet, I'm really stealing my own millet. So the concept of crime there in the village is it's not really a thing. So anyhow, it's fun to recall that, and we try to get these people singing this song out there in the middle of Mali. Let's see if we can get you guys to sing it. And I'll let you know when your part comes up. Sure you don't have another hymn you want to? Okay. I'm writing a letter, I send it to every man, so he might feel better, he might feel fine. Wherever you may be from, the word is a simple one. One moon come up, one sun go down, one people make the world go round. And that's your part right there. Not the whole thing I just sang, but the one moon, one sun part. Okay? And who do you know that really wants to go to war? Put down your gun. Man, what are you fighting for? For nobody can be won once the fighting has begun. One moon come up, one sun go down, one people make the world go round. One moon come up, one sun go down, one people make the world go round. Some of them are getting it now. You know this one. Your brother has fallen. Listen, can't you hear his plea? It's you he's calling, for you are his family. But what kind of man are you who helps only one brother when you have two? One moon come up, one sun go down, one people make the world go round. One moon come up, one sun go down, one people make the world go round. I'm writing a letter, I send it to every man, woman, and child, so we might feel better. Oh, I know we're gonna feel fine. Wherever you may be from, the word is a simple one. One moon come up, one sun go down, one people make the world go round. One moon come up, one sun go down, one people make the loud as you can out. One moon, yeah, one moon, yeah. Come on, everybody, one moon, yeah. One moon come up, one sun go down, one people make the world. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you, Al. Thank you, Tommy. I wish you all a great day, and we'll see you again.